Smoking is bad, isn't it? But what if I told you the amount of people dying because of diabetes is four times more the number of people dying because of smoking? This means the next time you give your friends sweets, you are actually poisoning them. When something is continuously said to us by different people at different times, we tend to believe it without actually trying to understand whether it's true or false. I am a racer, and a racer must race to win, without thinking about the reasons why other racers are racing. So I am really sorry for what happened that day, but I am not sorry for winning that race. 15 continuous wins, a big record in the bike racing history. The day I lost for the first time, the books were closed for me. Then I met Susie. Joffrey motivated me, and I was getting ready to regain my first happiness. Things had started to sort again. Two continuous wins. I was desperate to make it three. Looking at myself in front of the mirror, eye to eye, I just kept saying myself one thing, and that was that I can win, I must win, and I will win. Someone knocked the door. I could shatter him or her with bare hands for breaking my concentration, but then I decided to make a gentleman's move. A young kid came in, introduced himself as Ajay, and had a request for me to lose today's race. His life was dependent on the win, he said. My reputation was more important, I replied. He joined hands and said please and left. Throughout my racing career, there were many who came to me and requested to lose, sometimes even threats, but I never gave them importance and I only focused on winning the race. That's what my first career demanded. I met Joffrey. His motivational words boosted my vision. Then the good luck kiss from Susie, and it was the main event time. The crowd was cheering. The bike engines had started. Some roaring, and 3, 2, 1, the race begins. This track where we were racing had a turn which reminded me of my first fear. Over time, I had mastered taking the turn, but even today, I spend an extra second to avoid an accident. I was at the lead, followed by Ajay, who met me before the race. It was the last lap, and the turn was coming closer. He continuously tried to overtake me. I kept increasing my speed, and he tried to match it. But I couldn't take any chances with the turn, so when it came closer, I slowed down. But lack of experience made Ajay commit a big mistake. He couldn't take the turn in time. His bike slipped. Centrifugal force made him fly. A pole hit him right at the glass portion of his helmet. He made two flips in the air. His helmet was removed by the end of the first flip, and he slammed the ground head to head, followed by a big splash of blood coming out from his nose, and me winning the race. He was immediately taken to the hospital. I was given the winning reward of the race. He slept on the hospital bed. I slept on my hail bed. His family wished he survived. My family was dead. Next morning, I woke up half dead. I was upset of whatever happened. Was ego my power or my mistake? I couldn't understand. I went to the hospital where he was admitted. He was serious. Chances of survival were very less. I was informed about his family conditions. Never knew he was JBR's son. His mom was sick and his sister was studying. He had responsibilities. I went to his house, kept a packet of some money on his doorstep. Later, I went to meet Susie. She was angry on me, blamed his conditions on me. I was still confused about my decision. Something inside me kept saying that I was right, which led to a small fight between me and Susie. That night, I was looking at my parents' picture. They were so happy together. When I was born, they were even more happier. But then I made them unhappy. Visuals of me leaving the house and selecting racing over them were continuously hitting my mind, disturbing me. I went down to my garage and went closer to my first love, my first ever self earned bike. It was right in front of me, and I tried to imagine those early days of biking, when bike racing was my pure love and not winning. I spent the night at the garage itself. Morning when I woke up, Susie called me. I thought she wanted to sort the issues between us, but she had called for something different, something shocking. She had called to inform me that Ajay had died the previous night, and this particular statement led to an instantaneous end of my first life.